So Taylor Swift endorsed Kamala Harris. I know I'm late about talking about this because I really wasn't going to, but the more I think about it, it really does bother me because you shouldn't have celebrities who are not in touch with the everyday American who is, you know, hurting after a hard day's work, their bodies hurting them. They're worried about how they're going to pay their rent, their mortgage, their car payment, all these things that Taylor Swift doesn't really think about because she is rich beyond belief. And she has had so much privilege in her life. I'm not saying she didn't, earn it with her songwriting. She is absolutely a talented songwriter, and she can play guitar. She can play piano. I'm not going to take that away from her, okay? But most people do not have the level of marketing that Taylor Swift has received over the years. Not everybody can be as good looking as she is. Not everybody can write songs as well as she does. Not everybody has the ability to have a parents who are both bankers and can, all the right pieces fell into place with Taylor Swift's career. And again, I'm not taking away from her musical talent, but when you get yourself involved in politics where you have no business talking, because Taylor Swift isn't going to sit down with me and talk about politics, about how the common man and woman are affected by the people in DC with their $35 trillion of debt. And Taylor Swift doesn't understand this because, again, prices could go up 100%, and Taylor Swift isn't going to care because she can afford that. The average everyday American can't afford that. And here she is trying to influence an election and tell young voters who also themselves, for the most part, don't fully understand what's going on, don't fully understand that prices wouldn't have to go up if the people in DC actually gave a hoot about the regular everyday Americans. But again, they don't because they're collecting a big fat paycheck too. I've always said to people, you have to understand, if you're making over a certain amount of money, you now have play money to gamble with, to buy extra things with, to invest in. Most people, man, they're one paycheck away from going homeless, from not being able to pay a medical bill. Again, Taylor Swift, she probably has the best damn healthcare plan out there. Taylor Swift doesn't understand the average person. She just doesn't get it, or she doesn't care. You know what I mean? Like, you can't teach people empathy if they're not in the situation like you are. So Taylor Swift, please butt out of politics, take your endorsement back, and next time if you're going to endorse a candidate, please pay attention to the Democratic primary and vote for the person who has the middle class's best interest at heart, who I believe in that case would have been Bernie Sanders, 8 years ago. But my goodness, it's a mess. It's a mess. And Taylor Swift, you're annoying. Every time I turn on the NFL, there you are. Yeah, honestly, I might stop watching the NFL because of that. And also, if the Ravens keep losing, I was gonna do that anyway and start watching college football. So maybe I'll stick to that. But anyway, Taylor Swift, please stick to what you know, stay in your lane, and or maybe for your next album, you can do some deep research into the average middle class person and understand our plights. Understand where we're coming from and maybe write songs from the perspective of a middle class woman just trying to get by in today's society while your hands get calloused, while your arms get bruised up, while your knees and your ankles and your feet hurt from standing all day, where your neck starts cramping up. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, Taylor Swift, you don't get us. You don't get us, and I don't think you ever will. Maybe change my mind, change my opinion. I welcome it. Make me a fan again, because ever since your Reputation album, you lost it. You lost the plot.